I am the unseen shadow that has lingered in the periphery of your world, the darkness that you feared in the quiet of the night. For years I have reveled in the hunt, relishing the terror I've instilled in my victims. But now, the tables have turned. After countless years of eluding capture, I find myself ensnared in a web of my own making, trapped within the grasp of relentless pursuers. It began innocently enough, a twisted impulse that danced on the edge of my consciousness. I watched from the shadows as my first victim stumbled into my meticulously laid trap, her eyes wide with terror. Her screams were music to my ears, a symphony of fear that fed the hunger inside me. And with each life I extinguished, my power grew, my control over life and death becoming intoxicating. I reveled in the meticulous planning, the careful selection of my victims, and the satisfaction of orchestrating their demise. Their lives became my canvas, and each murder a twisted masterpiece. The thrill of the chase, the adrenaline coursing through my veins as they realized the inevitability of their fates. It was a drug I couldn't resist. For years, I eluded the authorities, leaving behind nothing but a trail of cold, lifeless bodies. The media dubbed me the Phantom Killer, a moniker that only added to the mythos that surrounded me. The world outside believed me to be an enigma, a force of nature that struck without warning. But as time passed, the thrill began to wane. The satisfaction I derived from each kill became hollow, the power I held over life and death losing its allure. I began to question the purpose of it all, the twisted desire that had driven me to this dark path. It was a void that I couldn't ignore, an emptiness that seemed to grow with each passing day. And then they came for me, the relentless agents of justice who had pieced together the fragments of my meticulous facade. I watched from a distance as they closed in, their determination unyielding. Panic gripped me, a feeling I had never truly known before. The unseen predator had become the prey, and the thrill of the hunt now worked against me. The walls closed in, and my safe haven, the lair where I had meticulously planned and executed my atrocities, became a prison. The very place that had been my sanctuary was now a tomb, my every move monitored, my every breath scrutinized. I felt the grip of inevitability tighten, the same inevitability I had inflicted upon my victims. The trial was a spectacle, a macabre circus that brought my deeds into the harsh light of day. The evidence was damning, the horror of my crimes laid bare for the world to see. I sat in that courtroom, my heart pounding with a mix of fear and a strange sense of liberation. For the first time, I was confronting the consequences of my actions, facing the mirror that reflected the monster I had become. The verdict was swift, guilty on all counts. As the gavel fell, a strange calm settled over me. It was as if a weight had been lifted, the chains that bound me to my twisted desires broken. In the eyes of society, I was to be condemned, a symbol of humanity's darkest impulses. But as I sit here in my prison cell, awaiting the inevitable, I find myself confronting a truth that I had long ignored. The same darkness that consumed me lurks within us all. We are all capable of cruelty, of monstrous acts hidden beneath the veneer of civility. The line that separates predator from prey is thinner than we care to admit. The years of running, of eluding capture, have led me to this moment of reckoning. In a strange twist of fate, I have become the victim, a pawn in a game I can no longer control. The terror I once inflicted now haunts me, the echoes of my victim's screams resounding in the silence of my cell. As I face the inevitable end, I am forced to confront the legacy I leave behind. My name will be whispered in hushed tones, my deeds recounted in horrified fascination. But beyond the notoriety, I am left with a haunting realization that the darkness I embraced, the power I coveted, led me down a path of destruction and despair. The world outside continues to turn, oblivious to the darkness that has consumed me. And as the final moments draw near, I am left with a haunting question. Was it all worth it? The thrill of the hunt, the power I wielded, the lives I snuffed out, was any of it truly worth the price I now pay? In the end, I am just a reflection of the darkness that exists within us all. My story serves as a reminder that the line between predator and prey is a fragile one, easily crossed in the depths of our own vulnerabilities. And as I take my last breath, I am left to ponder the legacy of the Phantom Killer, a legacy of terror, pain, and a chilling reminder of the capacity for evil that resides within the human soul.